Welcome, Divine Intuitive Soul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today we have March predictions for 2024, what the month has ahead for you today. And we're going to be doing that by choosing one of these beautiful three groups that we have presented for you. As always, we have a beautiful Reiki grid charging this space to keep this space full of the divine light and love with universal energy. And we have an incense that we're burning to help cleanse this space. And so let me start by introducing you to these three groups. Starting off with group 1. We have our beautiful Aqua Aura Quartz cluster. And then in group 2, we have a pink Aura Quartz cluster. In group 3, we have a yellow Aura Quartz cluster. And we're going to be starting off with group 1, and then 2 and 3. I'm going to give you guys a moment to just see whichever group is calling to you the most. And if you find yourself struggling to pick, please feel free to use a number generator or a pendulum to help you decide on your group for your March prediction. If you need any more time, feel free to pause the video. If not, we're going to be jumping right in, and you'll be able to find your group posted in the description below. All right, let's get started with group 1. Hello, group 1. This is the beautiful group you chose in the crystal, an Aqua Aura Quartz cluster. So beautiful and stunning. I'm going to be putting your crystal right here on the side. And we're going to be looking at your very first card. Wow, okay. So right away we have believe in yourself, unleash your inner unicorn. So this is starting out for your March prediction. And in believe in yourself, we have something where we're tapping into our higher self. We are creating change. Through this change, there's transformation, right? Because we have all these beautiful butterflies that are flying out. So this is indicating that you have transformation coming in for you. You're moving ahead. You're looking forward to something. There's a new beginning that's unfolding for you. So that's really beautiful to hear. We're going to be adding some tarot cards to help with this message today. So let's jump right in with some tarot cards. Let's see what other messages we can get for group 1. What does group 1 need to hear to believe in themselves, to unleash their inner unicorn? So right away, we have the 10 of Wands. Wow. So what this is saying, right, is even with the 10, you are getting towards some kind of completion. And this completion is going to help you with moving ahead, right, a new beginning. So there's also, right, this message too of working really hard. You're really putting in all the effort. And I mean, it might feel exhausting, right? We have exhaustion. We also have a possibility of procrastinating. So that's really important for you to hear with the 10 of Wands. Make sure that even though we're working hard, we're checking in with self-care. Because in order for us to have any kind of transformation, any kind of change, we really need to make sure that we are prioritizing self-care. Self-care is how we love ourselves. Self-care is how we are filling our cup. And even in the 10 of Wands, with something coming to maybe an end, some kind of completion. It sounds like that might feel so overwhelming for you, so stressful, that like it wouldn't be surprising that it feels hard to maybe even believe in yourself at this time. And so in March, let's see what else we get. In March, we also have the 7 of Wands coming up for you. And so this is actually really good, because along with the 10 of Wands, having the 7 of Wands pop up for you means that you are going to need to recharge, right? We have defense, completion, challenge, struggle, protection. That's upright for you. And what this is saying to me is, in order to get to this card where you can believe in yourself, where you can unleash this inner unicorn, your higher self, you're going to need to recharge. And you're going to recharge by focusing on this self-care, because that requires discipline, right? And even here, when we look at the numerology, right, it's going to be important because this is going to help you regain control, right? And if you don't focus, I feel, on prioritizing your self-care, you're going to lose control. Regaining control through self-care is going to help you with mastery. It is going to help you with decision making, with making better choices that are going to align with your higher self and make you believe in yourself. So I'm really glad that that card actually came up for you, because it tells me too, like, you're doing a lot of work. There's a lot happening for you. Wow. And then right here too, we have the King of Swords. King of Swords, right? And this is saying, right, precise, articulate, truthful, disciplined, honest, mental clarity, authority. Absolutely. Absolutely, right? Because we're talking about how self-care is part of you believing in yourself. This is something you need to work towards. This is going to require discipline. This is going to require you looking at yourself in the mirror and really reflecting. Am I actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing so that I can get to this transformation that the universe wants to come in for me, right? So that's really important for you. That is really important for you to hear with this, is self-care. Self-care is going to be really essential for you. And then we have even the Ace of Pentacles upright. All of these cards are upright, which is so great. That's amazing, honestly, because I shuffled all of these so that they can have reversals as well if needed. And all of your cards are upright. And with the Ace of Pentacles, right, if you can apply this discipline, once you can master, and in that mastery, gaining clarity, you are going to be prosperous. You are going to be abundant. You are going to have a lot of financial opportunity, because with the wands, that tells me maybe something is going on in like your career, maybe in projects, maybe if you're in school, things like that. With the Ace of Pentacles, right, with this earth element, it's about stability. How is that going to help with stability for you? And it's so interesting too, that with all the cards that we pulled, right, we have no, maybe, right? If you can apply this discipline, maybe. But we also have then a yes. Yes. And right, the Ace of Pentacles is number 1, right? It's about dominance, being ambition, also being original. And so I really love this for you, because I feel like it's just saying, like, once you can master, and in that mastery, you're creating this discipline and attaining mental clarity, you will be in a position where you will be prosperous. You will be prosperous. That's what's coming up for you. So I am so glad to see that coming up for you, because that is amazing. That's so beautiful. And that really tells me that it's going to pay off, and that's going to be important for you in the month of March, so that you can get to this place where you can believe in yourself, right? In March, looks like it is going to be really busy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of tasks, projects, things that are due, essentially, maybe deadlines, things of that nature. March is going to be stressful. I'm not going to lie. It really sounds like it's going to be stressful. But I'm also picking up that in prioritizing self-care, you're going to be fine. Self-care is about time management. It is about boundary setting. And actually, we can even apply that with the no's that are coming up. Maybe you need to say no in order to prioritize, in order to hit these deadlines and be able to complete what you need to. So that could also be part of the message here for you. Let's see what else we got for group 1. What else does group 1 need to hear? Okay, so wow. Right here in the 5 of Pentacles, we have feeling insecure. We have a lot of I would say to me, this is picking up on anxiety, right? Because again, it's busy. It's going to create a hardship. And you could be going through potential financial loss. And I see that coming up for you if you're not taking the self-care seriously. Because I do feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, you will have an opportunity. You will, in managing your time, you will be able to harvest. You will be able to create more of an income. And if it's not income, it's just going to relate to successful endeavors, success in the projects, in your school, whatever it would apply for you. And this card showing up really tells me that there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of fears that are coming up for you. And it's really important for you to feel like you can gain control. That's really important. How does group 1 gain control? Because there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of worry. There's a lot of worry about all of this. So what does group 1 need to hear? Wow. Okay. So in the Wheel of Fortune, we have literally, right, good luck. We have destiny. And with this, right, everything playing a role that is going to create a turning point for you, right? And so I'm really glad that you got this too, because, right, this is going back to this completion card. And this is going to create good karma for you. So it's really important for you in prioritizing self-care, how that's going to create good fortune, how that's going to help you with your karma, how that's going to help you in your life literally taking a turn for the best. Because if you just sit here and worry, contemplating, because it is really busy, there is a lot that's expected out of you from things and or people in the month of March. It's going to be so much more important to have this self-care, because this self-care is going to be your Wheel of Fortune. It is going to change the game for you. So I'm wondering if you've ever really had a self-care routine, because maybe that's really lacking for you. And I feel like that's part of saying no too. Like, in not saying no, you're going to drag yourself out. You're going to be drained. So make sure you're saying no. You're setting these boundaries for yourself, so you can set yourself up for success. Let's see what else is coming up for you in the month of March. Group 1. Okay, we have this card. All right, so it came in reverse. Wow, we have the Knight of Swords. Wow. I mean, just look at that. Disorganized, scattered, careless, unfocused, impulsive, unpredictable, violence. Group 1. This is what we're talking about. If you just try to contemplate, if you just sit and worry, if you don't set boundaries to say no, that is going to be the impact of just disarray. you're not going to be focused. You're not going to be able to hit those deadlines. You're not going to be able to meet those responsibilities or obligations that are expected of you for the month of March. So I feel like this is really, really important for you to hear and prioritize self-care routine, really establish a self-care routine, because I feel like the lack of that is what's resulted in this disarray, this carelessness, impulsivity too, like struggling to make decisions. And as a result of struggling to make a decision, you're just kind of jumping the gun, right? You're putting too much on your plate. There's so much going on. And that tells me that maybe you're not saying enough no's. You need to say more no's. That's something that I feel like is really strong for you, is say no. No. And I hope you know too, every time you say no to someone else, you are actually saying yes to yourself. You are saying yes to yourself every time you're saying no to somebody else. I hope you know that. And so I'm going to get some more cards from you and just kind of see what else. What else does group 1 need to hear for the month of March? Let's see. It's going to be helpful for them. Wow. Keep your thoughts positive. Wow. So that's going to be really important for you during this time. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my camera. Oh my gosh. My incense just fell. So there's some dirt right there. But anyway, so going back to this, right? Okay. So keeping your thoughts positive. For me, this is talking about gratitude and trying to clear your mind, because there's a lot of chaos with these 2 cards that are coming up for you that I feel like might be keeping you stuck and preventing you from being able to believe in yourself, from being able to truly create this transformation or completion that you need to prioritize in the month of March. So it's going to be really important that you keep your head clear. Keep your head clear. Practice gratitude. Gratitude. So every little step, every single part of this process of whatever it is that you need to commit to for the month of March. An example is like if you complete one task, like even if it's sending out an email, completing an assignment, whatever it would be that's relevant for your case, how can I add gratitude for that? How can I celebrate those wins? Because every time you do that, you are making an association in your brain that is going to feed into the reward system. It is going to help you in this chaos, in this disarray, in this impulsivity, in this anxiety and worry or insecurity that is keeping you stuck. So I really, really want you to practice gratitude more. That's going to be really important for you. And then I'm going to be also pulling out another deck to kind of see what else does group 1 need to hear. What else does group 1 need to hear to prepare for March? Let's see. Whoa, power lines, energy. Okay. So in this card, we have like this same thing that we kind of have been talking about. Like you need to recharge your energy. You do that with self-care. If you're investing all of your energy in just putting so much on your plate in these impulsive decisions to just kind of make everyone happy without stopping to actually think if you want to do this or can do this, you need to make sure that your cup is full. You do that by making sure you have the energy for it, right? And so the power lines coming up here is saying, remember the power of your energy. Your thoughts are energetic. Everything is energy. I mean, even when you think of being a human, like we're full of electricity. We're full of electricity. And so I'm going to actually pull out the guidebook because I feel like there's going to be an important message for you to hear from this. So let's see. Feel free to take a picture if you need to. Okay, so with power lines, we have energy constantly flows through power lines and provides a vital resource that is easy to take for granted. It's just there. Think of your energy in the same way as it runs through your body. It is important to take note of how you feel and where you are energetically. Do you feel tired? Overactive? I mean, this could be a sign of an imbalance that could easily lead to burnout and a loss of your own power. On the other hand, proper rest and energy work can balance and recharge you. This card is also a reminder that energy is ever present and connects us all. Surround yourself with those who complement and reciprocate your energy. You may also be a source of empowerment for others, which can lead to fulfilling connections. Energy is tricky, so what you may be feeling may not be your own. It is important to check in with yourself to be able to make this distinction. Follow the flow as it crisscrosses your body like a power line through the city block or on a country road. Additional meanings could be being aware of burnout, looking into energy healing, mood swings, and an energy boost. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love this. This is the perfect word, to burnout. That I feel like is so strong for you to potentially look out for in the month of March. We want to avoid burnout. How do we do that? Self-care. Boundary setting is part of self-care. Saying no is self-care. Saying no is how you say yes to yourself. This is going to help you with that impulsivity, right? This insecurity and excessive worry that's happening for you in the month of March. And so even with the possibility of burnout, ways to boost your energy, the easiest and quickest free way that I'm going to recommend for you is earthing. Earthing is just like it sounds, it's another way of just grounding. So in order to earth, all you need is a minimum of 10 minutes. Ideally, you want to do 20 to 30, but even 10 minutes. If you can go outside in your backyard or front yard, or if you can go to a park, or even like parking lots tend to sometimes have like a median where there is some exposure to earth. When I say exposure to earth, I'm talking about grass, I'm talking about dirt, I'm talking about soil or rocks. Whatever is actually coming from planet Earth, you want to put your bare feet on. So it does not count if it's on a sidewalk, if it's on pavement or concrete, that is not earthing. Because earth in itself has ions. It can charge your body. And because as humans we're full of electricity, we have an electromagnetic field, we literally charge ourselves with earth. And we were talking about this earlier, charging your energy. So I'm so glad this came up for you because I feel like that's just confirmation for this. And so if you're looking for an energy boost, please try earthing. I feel like that's going to be so helpful for you in the month of March to prevent this burnout and maybe even to add to your self-care routine. So group one, let's see. I'm also going to be getting one more card for you to see what else does group one need to hear for the month of March. Okay, this one. Ooh, okay, we have time to move on. Time to move on. So in time to move on, I feel like this card is just saying, like, we can't fixate anymore. We can't just contemplate. We can't just sit and be careless and, just expect that working hard is going to pay off because we're working hard. You need to really prioritize moving on from that mindset, because we want a growth mindset here. A growth mindset is when we're adding this gratitude, when we're charging our energy, and that helps us to believe in ourselves. So you really need to move on from this limited belief that you can't, this mindset that is holding you back. That's going to be really important for you for the month of March. And I'm just going to get some affirmations for you, group one, to just see. Wow, a bunch of cards came out. We're not going to look at those. But we're just going to get a couple affirmations to see what else does group one need to hear to help them prepare for the month of March. Okay, you have a card that popped out. Okay, when my dreams feel scary, it means I am on the right path. Yes, absolutely. And this is so relevant to this mindset too, because whenever we do something outside of our norm, outside of, this default, your current mindset, and prioritizing ourselves with whatever it is, whether it's career or school, with these projects and deadlines you have in March, it can feel scary. It can feel scary because we're not used to maybe things working out in our favor. We're not used to maybe not being burned out. You know what I mean? Like, we get so accustomed to having so much on our plate, to never saying no, that when we start to apply all of this self-care, we are aligning with our dreams. And that will always actually kind of feel scary. But it's a sign that you are on the right path. It means to keep moving forward. And with practice, just like anything else, it'll become your new norm. So I really need you to remember that, group one. Ooh, then we have this card pop out. I must jump first. I know the universe will catch me. Absolutely, group one. Absolutely. All you need is to start. Start now. Do self-care now. That is so important for you in the month of March. Self-care, making sure you have that energy boost. You're using gratitude to reward yourself for all the things you already do. And that's taking that leap of faith that will help you align with your dreams. That does feel scary. It feels scary, but if I take that leap of faith, I know the universe will catch me. So group one, this is the reading I received for you for your March prediction in 2024. Please feel free to leave your feedback in the comment section below. And I hope you tune back for another upcoming video. Hello, group two. This is the crystal and group that you selected for your March prediction. This is the pink Angel Aura Quartz cluster. So I'm going to be putting your crystal right here. And then we're going to be looking at your very first card. Wow. Okay. So starting out for the month of March, the first message is to get back in nature, reconnect to your hippie roots. Wow. Okay. So in the month of March, you're either going to already be outside, or it's going to be important for you to prioritize being out in nature. One or the other, maybe even both. And so with this card of reconnecting to your hippie roots, I feel like there's a message here of universal connection, ancestors or spirit guides that are going to come in for you. Like when you're out in nature, that's how you're going to better connect to your higher self and the spiritual realms. And so we're going to use some tarot to help add more messages to this card that we have here for group two. What do they need to hear for the month of March and being out in nature? Okay, so right away we have the Two of Cups that came up reversed for you. And right here we have disharmony, rejection, argument, distrust, tension, imbalance, and separation. What else do we have? Okay, we also have the Five of Cups. Oops, sorry. We also have the Five of Cups reversed, just talking about recovery, acceptance, forgiveness, gratitude, and finding peace. Okay, so a lot of cup energy. Let's put these cards right here for you. So something's saying that in the month of March, part of why it's going to be important to prioritize being out in nature and connecting to your spirit guides is because maybe you haven't felt connected. Maybe you felt like there has been a separation between you and the divine, you and the universe, you and spirit, or however else you would phrase it. And that has created disharmony for you. And even with the Five of Cups in reverse too, right? There's this need of finding peace, this urge to find peace. And with that peace, you can do that through the practice of gratitude, through this acceptance, and that is going to help you recover. In nature is where you will find this recovery, this balance that I feel like is really necessary for you. What else do we have? Okay. So we also have the Ace of Pentacles that came up for you. And right here we have, right, prosperity, opportunity, manifestation, abundance, new career, financial opportunity. Wow. So I feel like that's just validating the need to be outside too. Like in you being outdoors, you are going to have this recharge. You are going to be able to manifest, have abundance in your life, because it sounds like maybe the energy that's here is like feeling stagnant, feeling maybe stuck. And so in being outdoors, you're going to be able to move outside of that. You're going to be able to get that flow, motion, and movement back into your body. And then right here with the King of Swords, we have precise, articulate, truthful, discipline, honest, mental clarity, and authority. Wow. Okay. So these cards are so like going hand in hand with each other, because it's talking about how in being outdoors, right, you're going to have that mental clarity. It's going to help you have this connection, and it's going to also help you prepare for the month of March so that you can really regain that focus through that energy boost to figure out how you can use that energy most effectively for you in the month of March. And then right here as well, when we look at, this is a major arcana, the Strength card in reverse. It looks like in the month of March, there could be some self-doubt, right? We have weakness, insecurity, low energy, raw emotion, struggle, and pride. Wow. And this is going back to what we're saying with recharging, boosting your energy through all of this. And it's really important for you to remember, especially because this represents 8, which is the infinity, that everything is, there is no beginning, there is no end. Everything is infinite, right? And so the cycle continues. And so that also even represents your energy at this time. If you're thinking maybe like negative thoughts, or if you're feeling bad about yourself, that's coming right back to you in creating your actions and your feelings that are going to attach with that belief or that thought, right? And so this is like, for me, talking about karmic energy. And so with that karmic energy, there's a lack of strength, lack of belief in yourself. And so, wow. Another major arcana, the Star in reverse. So you're lacking faith, despair, disappointment, doubt, discouragement, disconnection. Wow. So I feel like something to just caution is feeling like you're even doubtful of if nature could help you connect with your spirit guides, your ancestors, the universe, your higher self. There's this doubt, and that's literally right next to the Strength card. And right, 1 plus 7 goes back to 8. And in this card, it literally talks about it being related to power and success. Again, this karmic tie, guys, that's so important for you to remember. So if you're feeling that way, if you're lacking this faith, that is the energy you are attracting. There is no beginning or end. You're attracting it. That's the energy. That's the energy that's in motion for you, that makes you feel stuck as well. If you feel like you don't believe, if you feel like you can't trust, if you feel disconnected and separated, then that's the energy you're going to bring towards you. And so even like for me, what's coming up, first of all, energy, right? And so with quantum theory, E equals mc squared, right? All that really means is everything is energy. Everything has a vibration or frequency that it's vibrating at. And that energy carries a message. Energy in itself is alive. It's always in motion. It's moving. That's how it flows. And so if you think about even quantum mechanics, so in order to attract, you're pulling, right? Let's think of pulling in. We're taking, we're pulling in. That is how you want to think of energy. Energy is a force, energy force, okay? And so in order to attract something, manifest something, whatever it is, in order to pull in something, you need to also repel. Something is being repelled. That's just part of quantum mechanics. That is how it works. In order to attract any energy force, there also has to be an energy force that is creating resistance, which is pushing back, which is part of repelling. Okay, that's what it means. So every time you're attracting this thought, I'll give you an example, that I'm not good enough. Every time you're attracting, pulling in that thought, that is creating the energy that is now repelling the alternative, the opposite. The opposite in this case would be I am good enough. Right? So every time I'm pulling into this energy, I am not good enough. I am repelling, resisting the alternative belief that I am good enough. So I feel like that's super important for you to hear. And another thing too, because I am a researcher and a therapist, is there's something called confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is exactly what it sounds like. It's when whatever you believe is already true. And if we believe that example that I used earlier, I am not good enough, our brains naturally, because there's a neural network with everything. There's a neural network for this belief, I am not good enough. In that neural network, in order to maintain that association, that connection to that belief, it's going to attract everything that's part of that thread, that belief that I am not good enough. So, for example, if you got a speeding ticket, if you got a bad grade, if you went through a breakup recently, got in trouble at work, showed up late, whatever it is, your brain naturally, because it's default with its belief of already being I'm not good enough, is going to say, see, I'm not good enough to show up on time. I'm not even good enough to keep a relationship. You know what I mean? It is going to make associations, whether you're aware of it or not. Most of the time it's unconscious or subconscious, so we are not aware of it, that is going to confirm whatever that belief already is. So that is really important for you to hear. And oh my gosh, the next card, we have the Emperor in reverse too. Domination, excessive control, inflexibility, reckless, lack of discipline, being stubborn. So even me saying this, I feel like there's resistance, right? Because part of this message is about reflecting on how our own habits, our own thoughts create this disarray in our lives. And in this lack of belief, in this insecurity and self-doubt, where we're already feeling separated or disconnected from ourselves and or spirituality and our spirit guides or whoever it would be, that's creating this obsession that I can't change. That's the message. I can't change. I am not good enough. What are you talking about? Like that's your confirmation bias talking. Whatever you believe is already true. It's already true. That's how your brain is wired. And in order to try to help with that, in the month of March, it's going to be so important for you to get out, connect to nature, be outside. I feel like that's where you're going to get downloads and messages for yourself. And I mean, with this energy too, there's this resistance, this heaviness that's coming in. So I want to just get a little bit more clarity on that for group 2. What else does group 2 need to hear right now? Because I'm picking up like feeling shut down. Wow. It's so funny. We have all of these major arcanas. We have another major arcana, the Magician. This time it's upright. So this is giving confirmation. You need to take action. Action is going to create. It's going to manifest. It's going to help you feel empowered again. It is going to help boost your self-confidence. It is going to create the clarity that you need. It is going to help you with this willpower, this energy, the potential, the skills, the creativity. Like, it's all right here. It's literally written for you. And we have number 1 is the Magician 2, which is this new beginning. You're going to create new beginnings. You're going to have motivation. You're going to have the willpower when you address this, when you give yourself grace, when you acknowledge and start to build awareness of how you might be self-sabotaging. So I want to like sit with that. This is self-sabotaging. And in the month of March, you have this opportunity to connect to yourself and the spirit, the divine, whatever you would call it for yourself, in taking this action. And this action, I feel like, is just building awareness. Just start to notice it. That's all you need to do. That's where it all begins for us anyway. Wow. And the next card, we have the High Priestess. And in connecting to yourself, this is your intuition, right? Sensitivity, sacred knowledge, divine feminine, mass mystery, high morals, the subconscious, trusting yourself. Wow. Again, I really feel like this is validation. This is confirmation for everything that we're talking about. And it's number 2. Oh my gosh. And I shuffled this. I don't know if you guys heard it through the audio, the mic. I shuffled this and we got the next major arcana. Wow. Then once you hit these new beginnings through taking action, you get to create balance. And interestingly enough, this card literally says the balance of opposites. Yes, absolutely. The opposite of I'm not good enough is I am good enough, right? That's part of what needs to be addressed. That's part of the self-sabotaging that you need to reverse. Group 2. There is such a need for self-love here, self-compassion. Wow. So I'm going to be getting another deck for you guys because, wow, there's just a lot coming in for all of this. What else does group 2 need to hear? What else does group 2 need to hear? Let's see. Wow, release self-doubt, let go of fear. Absolutely, right here, self-doubt, lack of faith, right? Wow. That is so important for you, group 2. Releasing self-doubt. That release is going to help you with this fear. It's going to help you with this balance, with this new beginning coming in for you. Celebrate yourself. You deserve it. Oh my goodness. Yes. Absolutely. Give yourself credit because this is all about self-compassion, self-love. Celebrate yourself. Group 2. How are you celebrating yourself? Sit with that. How can you celebrate yourself in the month of March? You deserve it. Buy yourself flowers if you need to, whatever it is. Like, seriously, it's not even about those things. It's just about the energy that it's projecting for you. How does that energy feel when you celebrate yourself, when you reward yourself? How would it feel to release self-doubt? How would it help with this lack of faith, this despair, this disappointment, this discouragement, this disconnection? How can we connect to ourselves in celebrating ourselves? Wow. Group 2. This is so powerful. I'm going to be using another deck to help with more messages for you. Wow, okay. So what else does group 2 need to hear for the month of March? I'm just trying to get a card at random. Ooh, healing, medical staff, healing. This is the time to heal. And you heal when you celebrate yourself. You heal when you build this awareness to understand some unconscious or subconscious parts of you that are self-sabotaging. You heal yourself when you're outside connecting to nature. Wow. Group 2. I'm going to be pulling some other cards from another deck just to see, like, what else does group 2 need that I think that would help them with their self-care habits, that would help them in this healing process, connecting to themselves and avoiding self-sabotaging, so they can celebrate themselves. They can release the doubt and the fear. Okay, we had a card that just popped out. Ooh, okay. So social media detox, no posting, no liking, just living. Don't let it take over your life. So what's coming in for you with this is asking yourself, how much time are you spending on social media? Because that could be feeding into all of these insecurities, doubts, and even disconnection, right? That is taking away from connecting to yourself. That is taking away from connecting with your spirit guides. And you can detox through being outside. So being less on your phone and more in nature, being present with nature. That is really important for you. That's going to help you with your self-care. That's going to help you in celebrating yourself and not letting that, whatever you're exposing yourself on social media or consuming from social media, interfere with this imbalance that you have so far. So let's see what else. What else? What else? Okay. Ooh, change a bad habit. Wow. Kill a bad habit. Kill a bad habit. Drinking, overeating, anything else not serving you. I really feel like this is connecting to this habit of feeling like you're not good enough. You know, change a bad habit. How do you talk to yourself? What's the story you tell yourself, that narrative? That's going to be important, going back to building that awareness. In order to change that bad habit, we got to build awareness first. We got to acknowledge that it's happening and see how it's happening. Let's see what else. Rediscover yourself. What are your interests? Are you hiding yourself to please others? Oh my goodness, absolutely. Group 2. In being in nature, you're going to heal. In being in nature, you're going to rediscover. In building this awareness and detoxing from social media, you are rediscovering yourself. Right? We talked in the beginning about there's a disconnect to yourself and the spirit, the universe, the divine. In applying all of this, you rediscover yourself. You celebrate yourself. You release that self-doubt. Wow. Wow. I'm so happy that you received that message, group 2. I feel like, wow, like there's a weight off of your shoulders and realizing that like you have the power. You've always had the power. And just by building this awareness, you can transform that energy. You can create a new practice that will align with the life you want to live. And you can do that in March. In March, that's what's waiting for you. So let's see. Ooh, okay. So we have murky waters, group 2. What this is telling me is just to be wary of being too emotional, not having an outlet for your emotions. Because even in this depiction, there's a shark that's luring behind, and you're in shallow waters, right? And so that could tell me too that maybe things could come to the surface as you're applying all of these things, and it could feel overwhelming. It can feel like maybe you're being attacked, and that maybe with self-sabotaging, you were the one attacking yourself. And with these wings, it's saying, you know, I'm looking behind that now. I'm looking ahead. And what's ahead of me is this beautiful waterfall, this beautiful rays of light that is shining. I'm getting out of the depths of this water. I'm getting out of the shallow waters. I am connected to myself. I am no longer self-sabotaging. Maybe that's what the shark represents for you. And so I'm going to be pulling some affirmations, group 2, to end your reading today, just to see what affirmations you need to hear to help you in the month of March. Wow. Group 2. My heart is open to receive love, joy, peace, wealth, and guidance. Yes. You're going to receive that guidance outside, group 2. You're going to receive that guidance when you build that awareness. You're going to create this peace. Wow. I love that card for you. That is so beautiful. Okay, one more card for group 2. Ooh, okay. Thought there was 2. Wow, I believe in myself. The opposite of self-doubt, right? The opposite of self-sabotaging, believing in yourself. You can do this. Wow. Group 2, these are your affirmations that are going to be really important for you to connect with and repeat in the month of March as you are going through this process and trying to apply the awareness, the self-sabotaging, the faith, and being out in nature. This is the end of your reading. I really hope you found it insightful. Please feel free to leave your feedback below in the comment section. And I hope to have you tune back into another upcoming video. Thank you so much. Hello, group 3. This is the pile that you chose for your March prediction in 2024. Thank you so much for picking this pile. We're going to be starting off by, first of all, just introducing you to this beautiful crystal again. And we're going to set it to the side here. We're going to look at your first card. Wow, okay, so in the month of March, it's going to be really important for you to set intentions with heart and soul. Wow, this is so beautiful for you. Okay, and so we're going to be using some tarot cards to help clarify the message for you for this month of March. So let's jump right in. Let's see what comes up for you. Okay, so right away we have the Queen of Pentacles that showed up for you reversed. And so this is about suffocating, nagging, materialism, jealousy, and conflict. Wow, okay. So I wonder how this is tying into this setting your intention, because maybe this is related to how suffocating, nagging, materialism, and conflict is distracting you from setting the intentions that align with your heart and soul. You're focused on the third dimensional world. That's what I'm picking up with this. And I mean, let's just see what else comes up for you. Like lacking stability is also coming up for you. Wow, we also have the Page of Swords in reverse. And this is carelessness, defensiveness, feeling incompetent or even deceptive, potential legal issues, maybe even bad news. Wow, okay. So right away with the Queen of Pentacles and then the Page of Swords, it sounds like your intentions are not aligned. Like there's a lack of congruence in your life because maybe there's a lot of instability that's keeping you stuck in the 3D world. And that's creating maybe an atmosphere where there's a delusion or illusion of feeling like you can't see things clearly. There could potentially be legal issues or bad news that are coming up for you or have already come up for you. And it's going to be important that whatever it is, that you can use what your intention, what your ultimate intention is, to help guide you through that process. Oh my gosh, okay. And then we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. So it's saying like in using your intuition in the month of March, that is going to be really helpful for you and bring in recovery. You're going to be regenerated. There's going to be new beginnings. You're healing. You're going to be getting better because with the 10 of Swords in reverse, this means the swords are falling out. They're coming out. And with the 10-2, right, that's about completion here, right? A final manifestation, a result of true will, recognition, realization, endings, all those things. And so you're going to be able to do that once you set your intentions straight. And these intentions that are aligning with you on a soul level. Because again, there's this lack of instability that maybe I feel is present or could be present if you don't align with these intentions. Okay, then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is about being insecure, moody, withdrawn, codependent, and overwhelming. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I really feel like with this lack of stability, that maybe you're like not having an outlet for your emotions. You're feeling way too emotional as well. Maybe even with moodiness, like kind of argumentative, feeling maybe like your decision making is more black and white, and that's disconnected from your heart and soul because you're stuck in this 3D world again, which is more black and white, you could say. You're stuck in the earthly realms, and it's taking away from your spiritual self, your higher self, and connecting to yourself on a soul level. So that's really important for you to just pay attention to in the month of March. And this card kind of came out. This is the King of Wands. It's upright for you. And it's saying, in doing this and aligning your intentions, you're going to create leadership, power. You're going to be able to have a clear vision, which is why you're visionary. You're going to be able to mature. You're going to be able to have the motivation to be career driven, and you're going to be successful in doing so. So that's really important. That's coming up for you. Group 3 in the month of March. Let's see what else comes up for you. What else is coming up for group 3? Ooh. Okay. So we also have, wow, the King of Swords. So we have 2 kings 2 queens. These queens were in reverse. These kings are upright. That's just so interesting to point out. And with this King of Swords, right, we have being precise, articulate, truthful, disciplined, honest. Again, mental clarity, the authority. So I really love that for you, group 3, because that's so important for you. That is what setting intentions, being clear on what your intention is, being congruent with your beliefs and your actions, that is going to create that stability that has been lacking for you. Wow. And then we have a major arcana, the only major arcana we picked in reverse, the devil. When you do that, when you align, when you become congruent, which is when your beliefs align with your actions, you're going to be releasing these limited beliefs. You're going to be ending anything that's holding you back. That's going to be part of your recovery. Can relate to unpleasant experiences, sexual attraction, it's saying, but a lot of like the bad habits, the self-sabotaging stuff that has kept you unstable, kept you stuck and fixated on black and white thinking and the 3D world that has prevented you from connecting to yourself. So that's really important for you to hear, group 3. I'm going to be pulling a different deck now. We're going to be looking at what else does group 3 need to hear for the month of March. So we have a card that just kind of popped out. So let's take a look. Wow. Wow. Turn criticism into kindness. Group 3, are you being kind to yourself? Because I feel like this card coming up, especially with setting the intentions with your heart and soul, could be a sign that like maybe part of why you haven't been able to successfully do that is because you're criticizing yourself. And that's created this lack of stability, and maybe that's why you could be avoiding connecting to even yourself and your soul or your heart, or looking into your heart and soul, to fixate and focus on earthly realms, on the 3D world and materialism, conflict, things like that, because it's harder to be kind to yourself. And so in all these ways, we're distracting ourselves essentially. And when we do look at ourselves, it's like there's always criticism. I feel like that's probably what's coming up for you. And so with criticism turning into kindness, that's really important for you to reflect on in the month of March. How can I be kinder to yourself? And I really want you to ask yourself this right now, like, how can I be kind to myself in this very moment? Wow. And then we have breathe in bliss, exhale BS. So a way you can be kind to yourself is just tuning into your breath. Tuning into your breath. And that's how you're going to connect to yourself. That's how you're going to connect to your heart and your soul and have your intuition be activated, which is going to guide you through whatever intentions you want to set. You can set an intention and then do a breathwork practice as well. So group 3, let's just take a moment to take some deep breaths. And when I say deep breaths, I really want you to take an inhale through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. And I want you to do it with force. Push out the air. Take in the air. Okay, so I'm going to do it with you. And so before I do that, I'm going to get a drink of water. I have my water right here. Yeah, just some water. This could be your sign to get water too. And we're going to do this together. We're going to do at least 3, okay? So let's inhale and exhale. Great. Another inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Thank you so much for doing that with me, for doing this together. And just check in with yourself. How did that feel? How can I take this moment to be kind to myself? What intention do I want to set in this very moment? What intention do I want to set for today? What is the intention I want to set for the month of March? I'm giving you a moment to just sit with that. See what comes up for you. There's no right or wrong, but we want to make sure our intentions are congruent, that our beliefs are aligned with our actions, our intentions are aligned with our actions. And how do we take that action, that step forward to align with our intention? And so as you sit with that, I'm going to be pulling another deck and just kind of see what else. What else does group 3 need to hear? What else? Okay, so this card is kind of sticking out to me. Wow, okay, so we have journey. That is really important for you. How can I enjoy this journey? How can I have this refresher, this reset in my intentions to understand my journey, to navigate my journey? And I do that through kindness. I do that through this self-care and self-love and breathing in. Wow. Let's see what else we have. Ooh. And then we also have possibility that's coming up for you. Wow. So in this possibility with the globe card, when you align your intentions with your actions and creating this congruence, once you apply all of these things, you navigate your journey better. And in navigating your journey better, you open yourself up to more possibilities. Wow, I love that for you, group 3. That's amazing. Wow, okay. So I'm going to be getting another deck to just kind of see what else does group 3 need to hear that's going to help them in creating this journey, creating this possibility. Wow. And we have rediscover yourself. What are your interests? Are you hiding yourself to please others? That's really important for you. That's really important. And I think that's part of this distraction that we talked about earlier with these earlier cards in reverse about living in the 3D, like feeling unstable, maybe adding into this family or personal conflict that's happening in your life that's creating distractions. And I love that question, are you hiding yourself to please others? Right? Because we talked about that too. Like, feel like I'd rather maybe fixate on this kind of like 3D world and stay there instead of looking at myself, because when I do, I criticize. And so the alternative to this and being kind to yourself, you rediscover yourself. You really think about what your intentions are, and in discovering your intentions, you also explore your interests. So that's beautiful. I really love that for you. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's see what else comes up for you. Ooh. We have open up. You are being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what is best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. Wow, I love this for you, because even in the breath, that's what we're doing. We're opening ourselves up, right? And in opening up, we create this possibility for ourselves. So I really love this for you, group 3. Wow, this is such a powerful message here. In aligning with your intentions, you rediscover yourself, you open up. And it's important too, like, am I even opening up at this time? That's a question for you to answer. Another question is, who am I opening myself up to? Or who would I want to open myself up to? Because that's another way I can be kind to myself, is by sharing my thoughts and emotions with someone else, being vulnerable. So in the month of March, it's going to be really important for you. That's going to be part of what helps you align those intentions as well. And so group 3, we're going to be picking out another card. All these cards flew out. It's honestly way too much. So we're going to be looking at one more card for you to see what else you need to hear for the month of March. Ooh. Get in touch with your body. This is going back to your intentions, your intuition, yourself. And it could even apply to nutrition, right? Like your eating habits, your physical movements. And so that's going to be important for you to look at, because that's going to impact this journey. That's going to impact these possibilities for you. That's going to be part of your rediscovery. And so that's also how you can be kind to yourself. How am I treating my body? How am I treating myself? Wow, I love that. That's amazing, group 3. So get in touch with your body. Do that by getting in touch with your soul. And in your soul connection, right, figure out what intentions you want to create. I love that. Okay, so group 3, we're going to end this video with some affirmations. What affirmations can group 3 take away that will help them in the month of March? I believe in myself. Yes. Every time you believe in yourself, you're being kind to yourself. Every time. So I love that for you. Oh, that's beautiful, group 3. What else? Ooh, okay. So this card, wow, we have 2 cards that came out for you. So we have, I am magnetic when I stand in my power. Yes, going again to being kind to yourself, believing in yourself, absolutely. Being in touch with your body. And then we have, my heart is open to receive love, joy, peace, wealth, and guidance. Yes, you are guided in your journey. You are guided when you are connected to your soul. You are guided when you set your intentions. You are guided when you are kind to yourself. And when you are guided, you're creating this possibility. You're opening up. You're rediscovering yourself. Wow. Group 3. I love this for you. Wow. So group 3, this is the beautiful message I got for you for your monthly prediction of March. What's ahead, how to prepare. So make sure you're asking yourself, what is the intention I want to set for the month of March? How can I be in touch with my body? How can I believe in myself? How can I be kind to myself? Who can I open up to? How do I want to reinvent myself? Rediscover myself? So group 3, thank you so much for sitting through this. I'm going to end your video here, and I hope you tune back for another upcoming video. Please feel free to leave your feedback below in the comment section, and I hope to catch you again in another upcoming video. Thank you again so much for being here. You're a divine intuitive soul, and I appreciate your time, and I will see you soon.